among greatest heroes of the Bible, a young man of courage finds himself a pawn in a plot to destroy a mighty ruler, and discovers his faith and his life are at stake when he must reveal the dream of a king. The struggle of a young man in a contest of wills and of the forces sworn to kill him. A powerful, moving story of action and suspense, Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar. Starring Donnie Most as Daniel, Hans Conried as Nebuchadnezzar, David Hedison as Ashpenaz, Jerry Hauser as Zachor, Linwood Boomer as Mishael, and Vic Morrow as Arioch.
The barren hills of Judea had fallen under the control of the powerful Babylonians, and the Hebrew population had been reduced to virtual slavery. Their places of worship had become a target of destruction. Arioch, the general of the Babylonian army, saw a Hebrew house of worship as an affront to his authority. His retaliation was swift, and to a young Hebrew named Daniel, painful.
All right, move quickly. Hurry. Stand guard. Look for the scrolls.
Forward.
Help me with the door. Daniel, the soldiers are coming. Come on. General of Babylon, allow us to keep our holy scroll.
On your knees, Judeans.
On your knees!
Slaves do not make demands of their masters. You are all to be punished for hiding what is rightfully the property of the great king Nebuchadnezzar.
We are not slaves, but sons of the noble houses of Judah.
Nobles? You, how are you called?
Daniel ben Levi of Jerusalem.
Daniel. And the others?
Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah, cousins of our noble king.
Are you known to the prophet Jeremiah?
Yes, my lord, General.
These are the ones we have been searching for in Jerusalem. By order of the great king, Nebuchadnezzar, you're under arrest. Take them away.
afraid, Daniel. Why do you think the king wants us?
I'm not sure.
Jeremiah warned us that the Babylonians would try to destroy Zion. Do you think Nebuchadnezzar has us marked for death?
Eternal is thy power, O Lord. In loving kindness thou dost sustain the living. We beseech thee for guidance in these times of trouble.
Why aren't these prisoners working?
We ask you to hear our prayers. Amen. Would General Arioch deny us our prayers?
Prayers? Without an idol? Why'd you kiss the fringes of his garments? Why?
God told us to make tassels so we may remember his commandments.
God told you. You Judeans are the only people in all the world that only worship one God. Stupid people. Get to work!
Daniel. You must escape. Our people need you.
No, Michel. We will see this through together.
What are you doing? Run. Daniel, run.
After the Hebrew! If I had my way, Hebrew, that's where you would be. Your Majesty, the 4 Hebrews you commanded.
Welcome. Welcome to Babylon, sons of Israel. Your great prophet, Jeremiah, recommends you as the most skillful in wisdom of all the royal sons of Judah, and one, Daniel, who can read the future. Which is he?
My Lord Jeremiah does me honor, as does your Highness, who greets us with kindness.
You thought I would have your head, did you? The fact is, I need your brains. You 4 will help me make Babylon the world's greatest empire. I appoint you students in the Royal Academy. Targaz, my chief astrologer, is your master. You will study astronomy, philosophy, and the Chaldean mystery.
Your Royal Highness, may I speak?
Ashpenaz, my prime minister, views all Hebrews as enemies.
And slaves. Excellency, are you so blind that you embrace your enemies?
Blind? Targas and the Royal Council has foretold the merit of these Hebrews. Dare you contradict the stars?
I do not question the stars. I question this council of so-called wise men. How can you believe them? They tell you to waste the treasury on hanging gardens, a new Tower of Babel.
And you tell me to waste the treasury on arms and mercenaries.
Your Majesty.
Our enemies and their armies are preparing to destroy us.
The stars foretell an abundant prosperity and a secure throne for many generations.
If these predictions are believed, why does your Majesty suffer dreams of disaster?
Say no more.
I must speak, O mighty Excellency. Targas and his followers have deceived you with cunning villainy and lies.
No more, I say.
You take me for a fool. If what you believe were true, I would destroy these vipers, all of them.
The king's physician. Call the king's physician. God of our fathers, heal the king. O Master of the universe, grant us thy grace and mercy so that this good man be restored to health. Thou art good. Thy mercy never failed. Thy loving kindness never ceases. We have ever rendered thanks unto thee, O Lord. Amen.
Hebrew restored you, Your Majesty.
Thanks to you, Daniel.
We should give thanks unto the Lord, the God of all men.
I thought he was dead.
And I thought I was king. This cursed Judean seems to have magical powers.
I must stop him from using them again.
Kill him. The throne will soon be mine.
Look, our Hebrew students already wear dunce caps.
Gentlemen! Or shall I call you children? It is the king's command that you treat the Hebrews with kindness and friendship.
We don't want them, Melzar. They belong on the road gangs with the slaves.
Quiet, Zakor. Come now, come, eat, eat. The food is from the king's very own table.
Melzar, we must have the meat and wine removed.
What? Meat and wine removed?
They have been offered as sacrifices to your gods. For us to eat this food is unthinkable.
This is blasphemy. The Hebrews are guilty of blasphemy.
Please, you must eat. Blasphemy is an offense punished by death.
I know you are a stranger to our customs and laws, but one may commit blasphemy in a foreign land out of ignorance.
We mean no offense, Your Highness.
Good. An honest mistake. Eat then, and the error is forgiven.
If the king would not have us offend his gods, would his majesty then have us offend our own?
Treason. You dare scorn our great king?
You say this food offends your God?
Yes, Your Highness. It is written in our laws that we may eat only animals of a certain kind and killed according to the law.
And it is so written that you dishonor your God if you disobey?
As clearly as he answers my prayers and gives me strength. I beg your majesty to serve us fruits and vegetables and let us drink water.
Well, I would not have you offend your God, but you are here to learn. The work is hard. A sound mind can exist only in a sound body.
And it will, your majesty. That which comes from the earth is sufficient. Give us 10 days, and we will prove it.
By what measure? My lord, let there be a measure. Perhaps a contest of strength.
With whom?
I suggest one of the Babylonian students whose ways are obedient to the king.
I leave the test to you. Let us hope you succeed and fulfill the prophecy of my wise men.
Take them back.
Let's go.
Judean has cast a spell upon the king.
He'd become easy prey to magicians and fortune tellers. His mind waxes and wanes like the moon. Use this test of strength. Get rid of it, you.
To climb up that hill with the burden is too dangerous. Look at that.
I cannot show weakness, Mishael. Zachor has been selected to represent the Babylonians.
It's unfair.
Mishael is right, Daniel. I'll ask Arioch to choose another contest.
We have hills in Judea. The contest is fair.
It seems the Judean thinks he's a mountain goat. Why not? He looks like one. Come down.
Do not worry, Melzar. God is watching over me.
Welcome. Mealtime. Hungry?
Daniel's test of strength was to take place on a hill. Arioch's men loosened the rocks, a plot that could bring death to the participants.
The work is well done, Arioch.
You probably killed them both.
Who's the other one?
Zachor, a Babylonian student.
A sacrifice of no great loss. We will give him a hero's funeral.
You should be studying, Mishael.
What?
Tomorrow they'll have us building roads.
Lord Jeremiah would say you have lost faith.
Perhaps I have. I'm not the only one.
God wills us to build roads. Should we stop loving him?
Can't you see he's abandoned us? Why else is Solomon's temple destroyed, all Judea in captivity?
Perhaps Nebuchadnezzar is God's instrument for our sins. God is still with us, Mishael.
Oh, is he? Our people are becoming pagans. They're turning to the gods of Babylon, Daniel.
How do you know this?
Melzar told me. The people are converting to make life easier. Soon we'll all be Babylonians.
Tomorrow night is the Sabbath. We will go to the city and comfort the people.
Have you forgotten the contest? You may not live to see the Sabbath.
I will show you, Mishael. God has not abandoned us.
The contest was to be a foot race to the top of a boulder-strewn hill. As a test of endurance, each had a rock of equal weight strapped to his back. Neither imagined what awaited them, nor was Daniel aware that Zakar had his own scheme for winning.
Is the pit ready? Good. That should slow him down a little.
Go! Faster! Faster! Run! Come on, Zakar! Good!
Are you hurt?
I could beat you with one leg. Run, Jew. That's it! Okay, run!
A fair contest, Daniel.
Help me out. Yeah, I can still catch him.
I tried to teach them fair play, sire.
No matter, student prank.
Faster, Zakar! Could make it.
Look out!
Daniel! All right.
The gods are merciful.
The earth was loose. It was a trap.
Arioch. He came to see me die.
Both of us.
How can I be sure? You tell me one thing, Ashpenaz another. His spies warn of war with the Egyptians, and all you can say is the throne is secure.
I have prepared a new chart of the stars, Your Majesty. Marduk, Lord of the Gods, has heard your prayers, and he grants you many generations of prosperity.
What say you to that? Your spies are not to be trusted.
Events will prove that Targus and his council are frauds and charlatans.
What events? What are you hiding from me?
Your Majesty knows I claim no powers of prophecy. But tragic events, unforeseen and untold, lie in store.
The contest is over?
Yes, Your Majesty. The Jew has met the challenge.
Without meat or wine? Amazing. Obey the laws of your God with my heartfelt approval.
I thank the great King Nebuchadnezzar and ask that I may observe the Sabbath with my fellow Hebrews in the city.
Done.
Get out!
Zachor!
Arioch's men. Why'd you come to the city without guards?
Arioch said the streets are safe. Thank you. You saved my life.
You saved mine. Besides, Arioch is my enemy, too. Come on.
Thank you, Zachor.
Let's go.
Is the Jew dead?
He was saved by Zachor and another student.
So they band together. We'll talk of this later. The king has had another vision and calls for the court to attend. Your Highness, great King of Babylon, we attend with all concern and obedience to His Majesty's command.
We grieve at the king's pain and beg these visions to cease.
It was terrible. My dream was a vision of chaos.
Chaos, Your Excellency?
I saw an image with head of gold, body of silver and bronze, legs of iron, feet of clay. And then came a mountain and destroyed all. Where is Targas and my wise men?
I have sent for them, Your Highness.
And they will interpret the dream. I must know its meaning.
Your Majesty, can you really believe what these men will tell you? Anyone can pretend to interpret a dream.
What are you trying to say?
Tell them only that you dreamed. Make them tell you the dream itself.
It would be too much to ask.
Not if they're truly wise men, great king.
What he says bears great truth. Even I can pretend to interpret your dream.
Even the common fortune teller in the marketplace can do it easily.
I have said Your wise men are frauds and charlatans. Test them. And if they fail, give them into my hands for just punishment.
And I will see that it is carried out.
By the gods, if they prove to be false prophets...
O king, live forever.
I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit is troubled to know its meaning.
Tell us your dream, O king, and we will declare the interpretation.
No. No, you tell me the dream and its meaning, and I will make you rich above all men.
How can we divine what the king has dreamed?
A true prophet could tell me what I dreamed.
Well, Targus, you lying old hypocrite. Tell the king his dream.
But you can't. You're the great wise men, but you can't. You, nor any one of you, can you?
O Lord, do not let Ashpenaz set you against us, your loyal servants.
Can you tell me my dream or not?
Only the gods can tell what the king has dreamed.
They are false prophets unto me, as you say. Do with them what you will. Take them! Take them!
Your Highness, they have trained the students in the same lies and tricks to make you their fool also. Let them join the fate of their masters.
Brothers in exile, we weep by the rivers of Babylon. But in our misery, we must hearken to the memory of Jerusalem. Forget not the songs of Zion, lest we abandon our God. Now let us say together, forget not Jerusalem.
Forget not Jerusalem. Forget not Jerusalem.
Forget not Jerusalem.
Forget not Jerusalem.
Daniel ben Levi, by order of the great king Nebuchadnezzar, you and your fellow students are condemned to die.
What happened? He asked the wise men to tell him his dream, and they cannot.
At first light, we kill the king.
To the dawn of a new empire.
We will hang his head from the palace gate, along with a signed decree. The lunatic of Babylon, slain in outrage for the execution of his beloved wise men, and the innocent young students.
Melzar.
Melzar, talk to the king. He must see me.
But no one is allowed without permission of Marioch.
Send word. I can reveal his dream.
Please, Melzar, try.
All right. I'll try.
Nobody disturbs the king's sleep this night. Go back to your quarters.
The king must know his dream. He cries to the gods for help, and you deny him.
Quiet, you old fool!
I tell you, he will not sleep until the dream is known.
Take him back to his quarters.
Take him back to his...
1,000 pardons.
You know my dream?
The Hebrew, Daniel, can tell your dream. Your grace remembers his magical powers.
Bring Daniel to me.
A ruse, Your Highness. Targus uses him to delay judgment for their crimes.
Understand my need, Ashpenaz. I must know the interpretation. Ah. You claim to know my dream.
Only God can know it, O Majesty, but in time I will pray to him and ask him to reveal it.
You see? A ruse, Your Highness.
Our gods are not within us, they're in the heaven.
Mine is within me.
And he will speak to you?
I must have time to pray to him.
Then do it now.
I beg the king to give us this night for prayer.
The king has decreed that you are to die this night.
I must know the dream and the interpretation.
Yes, Your Highness.
You have till sunrise.
The Hebrew will fail. I know it.
You don't know it.
What if he succeeds? You listen to me, Ashpenaz, and you listen well. Wars and kingdoms are won by being prepared.
I have my soldiers. We control the palace guards.
Very well. If Daniel knows the king's dream, I will signal you.
And then we strike. Kill the king first, and then Daniel. And slaughter the others.
Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, to whom belongs wisdom and might. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He reveals deep and mysterious secrets. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with him.
Open up. All right, you. Get on your feet. Take him out. Go on.
Guard! Guard! Help me! Help me! Guard! Oh, guard, please!
Free us.
I'll wait for your signal. Be ready. Wait for my signal.
Our men are ready.
Can you tell me the dream and its interpretation?
I only know the vision God has given me. Your dream is a message from him, foretelling the future.
Is that all you know?
The king beheld an image, frightful of form, with head of gold, breast and arms of silver. Its belly and thighs were of brass, legs of iron, and feet of clay.
And then?
Then came a stone, unmade by man, which smote the image upon its feet, and being of clay, broke into pieces. The image crumbled into dust. It was swept away by the wind.
What of the stone?
Stone became a great mountain and filled the earth.
A miracle. The boy has surpassed the wisest of Babylon. He is a true prophet. And its meaning, Daniel. Has your great God told you its meaning?
The image represents the kingdoms of men, and the head of gold is your majesty himself, the mightiest of them all.
And the silver, and the bronze, and the iron.
Inferior kingdoms to come, and all standing on feet of clay, which represents the impermanence of man.
And what of the rock, Daniel? I most fear this mountain of destruction.
It is the kingdom of God, which will fill the earth and stand forever.
Daniel, you are twice blessed. Death to the king! God! God! I have your dream. Hebrew! How does your God interpret that? son of Israel and loyal subject of Babylon, for unraveling the mystery of our dream. All honor is due.
The honor is not mine, but God's, Excellency.
Of a truth it is that your God is a God of gods and a Lord of kings. For your service to the throne, I bestow this medal. You shall be known in all Chaldea as Belteshazzar, and your friends as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. May the glory of Babylon flourish forever through your wisdom and devotion.
Daniel was made ruler of the city and chief of the council of wise men. His example strengthened the resolve of his fellow exiles to remain steadfast in their faith. Although it would be 70 years before they would return to Jerusalem, their trust in God never wavered.